Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining us for this segment at CES in Las Vegas, Nevada, we have Devon Wright. He's the CEO of Lumo to discuss Agtech, water sustainability, and the trends that we're seeing at CES. Devon, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it's so interesting. You don't think of agriculture and technology sort of in the same sentences, certainly at CES, but what's so interesting is you and I were talking about this off camera. Agriculture is really making a presence here this year. John Deere headlining, some of the events that we've seen. What are your thoughts around the industrials really thinking about their technology stories?
Totally, good point. It's agriculture gets a rap as a traditional industry, and when you see technology starting to really invade that segment, I think you can pretty much say like that's a trend you're going to see everywhere in everything from ag to industrials, and you're seeing it a lot, right? Like John Deere's probably one of the leaders, I'd say, in bringing technology to a more traditional industry. But you've been mentioning Honeywell as a leader doing the same. You're seeing Husqvarna doing this, really trying to rebrand and reposition. Very traditional companies like Aliaxis, Orbia, Toro that are really pushing and charging forward, trying to bring technology into what they do. I think they're taking very seriously the idea of kind of a fourth industrial revolution and taking very seriously the need for climate and sustainability investments at the infrastructure level. That's the only way we're gonna really build a more sustainable world, is if we get dirty and do it in the industrial level, and it's cool to see them here to lead the charge.
It really is, because when I first learned about Lumo, you're talking about irrigation technology for water sustainability. So tell us more about the company, irrigation technology, what your solutions are providing.
Yeah, definitely. So irrigation is the biggest user of fresh water on the planet, and it actually tends to also be a huge user of energy and an emissions creator. So that's front line when it comes to thinking about sustainability. If we want to build a more sustainable planet and address what the UN is predicting is a 40% shortfall in fresh water resources by 2030, we have to reimagine infrastructure at the base level, and irrigation is going to have to be one of those areas where we reinvent. So that's what Lumo's doing. We're really reimagining irrigation infrastructure. We're trying to take it from being dumb valves and pipes to being smart infrastructure that has built-in sensors, built-in connectivity, built-in computing power, so that farmers and the users of this infrastructure have a lot more control and visibility into what they're doing when it comes to water use and emissions use, so they can optimize those systems to help our whole planet better utilize the limited resources that we have, particularly around water.
And it sounds like cost and efficiency is also part of the equation.
That's the sale to the farmer, no doubt. Yeah, because they're doing their best to improve sustainability, but they can't adopt solutions that aren't going to support the bottom line. So absolutely, you heard John Deere at the keynote talk about labor shortages and things like that that are going to put pressure on farmers' economics in the future. And so one of our products, the Lumo Smart Valve, it totally can automate the not only irrigating cycle, turning on and off valves, but the whole detection cycle of looking for leaks and catastrophic events inside of a irrigation network, so that you don't have to have as many bodies kind of running through fields looking for that sort of thing. That's a great place where technology can lean in.
Are you seeing more data dependency in the ag space?
Oh yeah, 100%. Both from an operational perspective, like you said, there's a lot of opportunities to improve efficiencies in how systems run, but you're also seeing a lot more pressure on farmers around how they report on using fresh water, for example. Lots of regulations coming in California. Great example is the Sustainable Groundwater Management Act that's putting a lot more pressure on irrigation districts to come up with ways to not only better manage their resources, but a part of that is monitoring and reporting on those resources. So data is becoming huge as a way to better understand how we're using our systems at a global scale, and then also empowering farmers to do things, really exciting things like pricing water, trading water, other things that really require, as Nasdaq would know, a pretty rich data source to do it well at a market.
When you think about sustainable goals, and that is a term virtually every guest on the show has been talking about, sustainability and climate really is a big part of the conversation that we're having here. Are they achievable?
Yeah.
Do you think we can get there in 10, 15 years?
Yes. Yeah, we've put our mind to it, and I think there has been pushback, and it takes time to reorient huge institutions and huge corporations and many consumer habits that maybe weren't so sustainable that we've developed over the last 50 or 60 years of rapid growth as a world and as a country here in the U.S. But we've done huge changes before, and we will do it again. And humanity, I tend to be very optimistic that humanity can work together when it comes to survival and find new ways to do things that are not only more sustainable, but in the end actually more more productive. I
Right.
think we'll get there.
Yeah. Let's hope so. All right. Devon, great meeting with you. Thanks for joining us at CES.
Thank you so much for having me.
And thanks for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.